Yo, it's over 82. And listen, I'm sat outside of the hospital waiting. I've been waiting in the apparently fucking, what's it called, fucking UTS or something, fucking urgent treatment service, right? So I'm sat there, urgent treatment, fucking, not a fucking chance. So anyway, what I want to do is I want to give you a story. Donald McIntyre's about to do it, and I know that he ain't gonna do it justice. So here we go. The story of Warren Matthews, his dad Brian Matthews, and a fat bastard called Mark. I know I've done it before, but this time I'm gonna do it and like just see what you think of it. Got no pictures to show and all that, so you can Google it. You'll find out. The guy was called Andy Green. They claimed he was from like Manchester, Moston, Blakely, whatever the fuck they wanted to say. The guy was getting about round Oldham, and yeah, he was a drug dealer. So what he's done is he's basically Andy Green is no longer. So we start off like a Columbo. You know that the guy's dead, right? He got fucking shot in the face with a big fucking dirty 38 fucking some sort of fucking coat or some shit like that. It's a Spanish made one. How do I know this? Don't know. It's fucking got sold it. Anyway, I was cellmates with Warren Matthews around 2005. Now what happened is he came in and he was on a recall, or his license recall. So basically he's come in, me and him were padded up with each other, nice and tidy. So he tells me that he thinks that fucking, blah blah blah. He's asking me certain things because I'd been on the murder trial myself before. Sorry about that. So basically, he's in there, he's doing his license recall. He was expecting, I believe, to get out around the April of that year. Anyway, he sort of alluded to something, maybe about this murder. This Andrew Green's been murdered. Now, when they say nobody, no fucking crime. Now that is basically what it was at the time. Nobody was saying it. Warren wasn't saying that he did it. Nobody was fucking saying that Warren had done it. There was whispers around the area, but what happened was basically, if you listen to what the court saying, this was the outcome of it. Right, this fat bastard Mark, I'm not even gonna fucking go into his second name and that. You can find it all out. Like I say, you just listening to a story from a guy who was in jail and who can tell you proper. Right, we was parted up. He fucking very worried. Sometime he's like into his recall. His dad ends up in the jail now. His dad at the time was in his 60s, late 60s. And the man was of ill health, yeah, but he was a rogue. Brian was a rogue, top fella though. That was his dad. So Brian Matthews, yeah, I think he's like 60 at the time, yeah. And he's one of them guys, he liked to have his finger in many pies, and he was good at it. He's like you half a daily, but a bit more hardcore. So anyway, he done things like he'd done a few, entered a few car showrooms and stuff like that. He was a good little grafter, you know what I mean, only decent criminal. Anyway, Warren Matthews, the son, me and him have been friends for a very long time. I'm 41 now, so I was will be like 42. Yeah. So anyway, what happened is this Andy Green, he was selling quite fucking, at the time, big weights. You know what I mean? We're talking like 150 grams worth of shit. You know what I mean? And that's the amount of money that was about. So anyway, somewhat had gone a little bit awry with. Apparently, Brian Matthews, the dad, was holding on to some of the drugs. This is what they alleged, and he started to make threats towards his dad, which is not a good idea because himself, like I say, a friend of mine. He'd been in jail before for a few things, but most notably, he'd been in jail for a manslaughter before, where a guy called Danny Gillette. He had some jewellery on and all that. He started over a fucking Walkman, a load of bullshit over a Walkman, that blah 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 blah, and some money that was owed for a bit of bud. So Waz's fucking give him a crack. He's given this Danny Gillette a crack. In that time, he started having a fit. So Waz's allegedly he's bit his fingers to take the rings off his fingers, you know, as payment for what he was owed. Now, I mean, maybe you might say, yo, that was a bit fucking harsh, or the guy's having a fit, and maybe so, but at the end of the day, fucking you take drugs, you gotta fucking pay for them. That's the way I see it. And obviously, you're gonna think I'm a bit biased, I want to stick up for Waz on this and all that, but yeah, fuck it, I am in a way. So anyway, Andy Green's made threats towards Warren's dad. Now, he's not gonna take this too kindly. So his dad was quite worried about the scenario. So he said to his son, you know, look, we're gonna have to sort something out. So what happened was there was a meeting arranged. So this fat bastard Mark, like I said, you can Google the whole story. It'll be in the MEN, and they'll tell you about Mark. Mark, why I keep calling him a fat bastard, was one, he was a fat bastard. He was a fat grassing bastard. He done the sentencing. I'll tell you now. It was got 32 years for actually the murder. 30 years and then 2 years for his bad behaviour in car. Good on you, lad. But the fucking also his dad got 30 years, and then this fat bastard went QE on him. He went Queen's evidence at the time. It was the Queen was still alive, God rest her, and he went QE on Warren, and he went on Warren and his dad. So Brian and Warren were both, they was both basically, it was fucked because this Mark had admitted it all. Basically, what he thought, he was like 30, still on the fat fuck, right? And he decided, oh, I'll go QE and I'll get some time knocked off. Yeah, he did. He got 25 rec instead of fucking the 30 rec that they got. So for 5 years, which he wasn't going to live anyway, the fat fucking piece of shit, and I hope he doesn't. I have no idea whether he's dead yet or not, but I hope he is, because Brian, God rest him, he died. And Warren was on the same wing apparently when he died. Like I said, the man had had heart attacks and strokes and that, and he'd soldiered it out before. It was obvious that when he got that sentence he was going to die in jail, but I'm just happy that was there to, you know, not to see his dad die, but, you know, to be around him, and they spent some time together towards the end. But anyway, back to the story. So Andrew Green, he's basically there's this money, there's this 150 grand that's floating about. He wants it back. He's making threats to Brian Matthews. So basically, this fat bastard who I keep talking about, Mark, he goes and gets this Andy Green, yeah, and he brings him down to a local area near us called Culprit Lane, which is near the Limeside area of Oldham, which is where Was hailed from. Basically, they've gone down to this. Culprit Lane's a very, very long road, and it's all next to farmland. In, like I say, Limeside on the other side. And what's happened is, if you believe everything that was said, is that Mark's gone and got him, the fat bastard. He's gone and got him, brought him back, which really, to me, he set the whole fucking thing up. He takes Andrew Green to this secluded area, tells him this is where all this deal's going to go down, they're going to sort the money out, everything's going to be live and nice and tidy, and everything's going to be sorted out. So he lures him down there to where Brian's there, the dad. Brian's there to basically, if you believe like everything that was said, to orchestrate the fact that, yo, Andy, you ain't getting your fucking money, you know what I mean, and stop threatening me. So what's happened is has then produced this fucking firearm. Some threats were made. Andy tried to give it the big gun that, yo, you fucking blah blah blah, I can get this person and that person. Bam, I don't give a shit. Blah blah blah. Fucking shot him. Now he's fucking shot him in the face when he's obviously the fucking with a gun, that a big I think it was a 38 or 357 or something like that. It was a Spanish made gun, a Spanish copy of like a Colt. So anyway, he's blew the fuck out of his face. Right, there were several other people there, and I can't name any of them names, but some people were sick and blah blah blah, which left some evidence and shit. So what happened is the body was cut to pieces. and it was found up on a dairy farm that was owned by the fat bastard Mark. Now, while me and Woz were in jail, I had the fucking shit tasker saying, "Was, listen, they found the fucking body." And what happened is, one of the legs was found sticking out of a fucking dung heap, yeah, on this fucking dairy farm. So you can imagine, it's all pig shit. And the fucking leg still had the white fucking, like, trainer sock inside it. The fucking leg up to the knee, where it had been cut. And it was still had the brand new fucking TN that he was wearing, Night TN trainer. So they've got that. Anyway, the next minute they fucking started excavating the full thing. They took everything to bits, and they found the body all like neatly packed away in this dung heap. So what I had to tell was, yo, they found the fucking body. Was really of the opinion that they definitely wouldn't find the body. He was buzzing. But obviously he got worried when his dad come in, do you know what I mean? Which was meaning the police did definitely have some evidence. They were definitely adamant they were going to get a conviction anyway. So they get fucking, they get them all in court, and fucking the trial goes on. It's quite a long trial. And like I say, my mate, but started doing some fucking crazy shit during it. He's got ungodly tattooed on the side of his neck, and fucking he was attending court in flip-flops and shorts and fucking grinning like a madman. But that's why we love Was. And yeah, I do sound like a fucking arsehole, because what I'm doing is I'm bigging up a guy who's murdered somebody. He took away a father to, and he did have kids, yeah. And in all honesty, yeah, I didn't really have anything against Andrew Green myself. I didn't really know him. There was something that I did have against him due to a friend of mine. He did the dirty in a way on a friend of mine, very close friend, like my brother, and that's all that needs to be said. So at the end of the day, fucking, yeah, Andy Green was dispensed of. But what happened was, I don't know what the fucking the idea was behind this, but after he was dismembered, Was smashed the skull. This is what they said. He smashed the skull with a paving slab until the head was no more. It was just like a flattened pieces, you know what I mean? So that was also added to the dung heap. Right, so anyway, yeah, it's all over the news. So what happens is, me and Waz are in the pad this one night, and he's getting wary. I'll even tell you the mad thing. We sat there and fucking to get our fucking minds off. We both had mobile phones in the jail. So fucking, we rang up some wank lines, yeah. I remember fucking he got a decent one. I got a fucking bird talking about making a cake and fucking rubbing fucking cream all over its tits and all that. Paid like fucking 50 quid for the fucking call or some shit like that. Well, anyway, we could afford it. We was doing well in the jail. So, was still, right, I want to get away with this. They can't fucking finger it, blah, blah, blah. There's like, people was approached and asked to help out, get rid of fucking evidence and all that. I was out sometime near then, and I was asked, and no, I didn't do anything, so that's there legally. No, I didn't do anything, so I didn't help conceal anything anyway. But there was belief that maybe I did. Me and Was were adopted a way of talking absolute bullshit, because we got a pad spin, where they've come into the pad, and they was there for like 2 fucking hours. They stuck us in cell 1, which is the holding cell for people when they get in the pad spun. So we're in this cell. Anyway, we're not stupid, fucking that cell got bugged. So what we started doing was we was admitting to fucking everything other than JFK's murder, to be honest with you. I think we fucking told them we knew where Jimmy Hoffa was and everything. It's fucking serious. It was some bullshit. But we knew what they were doing. Anyway, the guess was to call, and like I say, he knew he was going, he was acting up, but Was tried to take this like a fucking soldier. He tried to take it for his dad. He wanted to say everything was him, and they wouldn't take it. So that's why Was acting up in court. Now Andy Green, right, yeah, sorry to his family and all that, and In a way, yeah, nah, I don't believe that the guy should be dead. But when you get into games like this, you know, when you get into shit like that, you certainly don't start threatening the dad of a guy who is clearly fucking he's got no off button. He don't give a shit. He'll do whatever needs to be done. So he proved that by looking after his father, and that is something that I've got to say, yeah, big up was, because you did look after your dad, you fucking, and that's a good thing, that's a big thing for a man to do. So anyway, yeah, 32 years, fucking 30 for the dad, fucking 25 for Mark. So that basically means, right, was the same age as me. So that means was definitely gonna be like nearing 60 when he got out. He was 26, I think, when he got the sentence. The dad was like 60, so he was got the 30. So he was gonna die in jail. That fat bastard, yeah, he was about fucking 50 or something like that, maybe 40 or 50. He was of poor health anyway. He was fucked, diabetic and all that. So the nasty little bastard doing what he did to get that 5 year off, fucking, at the end of the day, if he had kept his mouth closed, maybe there was a chance that that wouldn't have happened and they would have got it done with it. Now you're gonna say, yeah, why the fuck am I sat here talking like, oh, you know, it would have been a good idea to fucking help him get out and all that. Well, at the end of the day, right, fucking, when you, like I say, you live in these circles, you do this gangster shit, you've got to expect gangster repercussions. And at the end of the day, did do some gangster shit, come out, blasting, fucking took the fucking guy out like he was your somebody's son. Right now, at the end of the day, Andy was eventually buried, probably in quite a few boxes. That was a very poor taste joke. But nah, I do give respect to Andy's family, and I do hope that they've got over it and all that. But also he was protecting his dad. And like I say, that fat bastard Mark, I just hope to God that he fucking is absolutely tortured all the way through that sentence. I hope the fat bastard is fucking bullied. I hope he's RAPED. I hope all sorts of shit happens to him, and I hope he gets bad luck for the rest of his life. But he's never going to get out. Apparently there was an appeal and all that. He tried to appeal to get more time off. I don't know whether it worked. But yeah, could you imagine that you fucking done that, yeah, and then you fucking got QE on the people that he was getting fucking, he was as much into it as anybody else. And if I fucking spill the beans here and I say something that was actually told to me from the horse's mouth, the whole fucking thing was Mark set the whole thing up, and I know this. Mark set the whole thing up, and what he did is he fucking told Was that there was going to be a fucking gun there. He told Was, and there fucking was another gun there. The gun was fucking what I put towards Was fucking reacted. He let a gun off because a gun was pointed at him. Wasn't even the type of person to have all the guns. What had happened is basically they found out where Andy Green had fucking got a stash of stuff, and they got hold of one of the firearms in case it kicked off. Was had no intention of going doing that straight away. What happened was some fucking person who's supposed to be a friend fucking rung up, oh, we've just heard fucking a gun, blah 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 blah, on Colbert Lane. They said from Limeside. Now the person knows it is, yeah, fucking TT, no, not TT, TB, fucking girl, with a lad's name. But anyway, fucking, so yeah, now is doing his sentence. He's been there, so it's been like, I think he's like 18 years into his 32 now. So yeah, 18 years, fucking, yeah, fucking 18 years into his 32. So that's 14 years left. So 14 years, I'm 41 now, so yeah, he's gonna be 50 fucking 6 or some shit like that when he's at 58 or so, actually, when he's eligible for parole. Sadly, Brian's gone, so he never would have got out anyway because he was too old, his health conditions. But like I say, I can't really give the story much more than that. I'm telling you, it was the murder of Andrew Green, right, by Warren Matthews, and it comes across as gangland slaying and the dairy farm murders. You've got fucking Donald McIntyre who's going to come out with this shit and tell you that, and he'll do all that shit like I told you. He was alive and soul, and even though he was a drug dealer, he was blah blah blah, and he smiled lit up buildings and fucking rooms and fucking party poppers went off, and fucking there was an entrance fucking tune every time he walked into a room because he was that respected. Nah, at the end of the day, yeah, he was also another fucking two-bob drug dealer who actually had gone pretty fucking far, and he was threatening an old man. Do you know what I mean? And maybe the old man had took the piss a bit, but that old man, yeah, had a son who was willing to go the full hog and fucking do what he did. So at the end of the day, I hope that I've done you justice by doing this video. Green family, I really listen, it was not anything to do with you, and I'm sorry about your loss, but I do have to sit there and say that did stick up for his dad, and that's a proper man. That is a proper man. At the end of the day, there's been numerous stories about he's gone this way in jail, he's gone that way in jail. Who the fuck wouldn't with 32 fucking years? At the end of the day, right, all I've got to say is, if you want me to do a proper video of this where I show you all the fucking facts, I'll read it all out to you, cause I still got some of the fucking depths, to be honest with you, the actual depositions from court that I had when me and was parted up together. I can do them, but I would actually like to speak to Waz's family first. But this one I can put out because it is stuff that's in the public domain. All I want to say is the fact that I have give you that little bit of knowledge that Waz did not fucking go with the intention of just doing that. What happened was he did fucking retaliate. There was the whole setup was with that fat bastard Mark. Mark took Andy Green down there to get him fucking killed. He fucking set it up that fucking a gun would be pulled on Waz, and Waz would have to retaliate. He knew what he was doing. Waz wasn't fucking exactly, completely clued up on that gang shit and all that blah blah blah. He wasn't a gang member. He was a guy who loved his dad. Now anyway, what happened. You choose that life, and that fucking life's come back and fucking killed Andy Green and put fucking Warren Matthews in jail, put Brian Matthews in jail, and he has now died. 2019, I believe he died, and that fat bastard, we don't know nothing about him. So at the end of the day, that was Warren Matthews, Brian Matthews, and the fat bastard Mark, and they murdered Andy Green, allegedly. But yeah, it was the dairy farm murders in Shaw Oldham. So if you type that in, dairy farm murder, body found on dairy farm in Shaw Oldham, and you'll get everything up, probably through the Manchester Evening News. But if you'd like me to do a better video on it, I'm just doing this while I'm that fucking bored at the hospital, to be honest with you, right? But listen, enough love and respect from old boy 82, and one more time, yeah, sorry to the Green family, but also sorry to Matthews family, because Warren Matthews family and Waz, I hope you're doing alright in jail, my mate. You take care, everybody. Listen, that was old boy 82, over and out. Bye bye.